Johnson.
Landisberg sees the opening.
Monica Wright delivers again. Miguel Firestone.
Virginia wins. The Cavaliers are going to the College World Series. He's going to go all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Virginia, Big Paul.
Cavalier Sports Weekly is presented by the Virginia Lottery. The Virginia Lottery, helping Virginia's public schools. And brought to you in part by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
On this edition of Cavalier Sports Weekly, presented by the Virginia Lottery.
I'm just filled with random facts, man.
Welcome to Cavalier Sports Weekly. I'm Taylor Swezey, number 13 on the field hockey team. We've got stories, highlights, flashbacks, and more on this week's show. But first, here's your play of the week.
We finally got a decent bounce. It went to Sinead, and like she's been doing all year, she buried it. It was a great goal, great volley. It's not easy to do. She almost had one in the second half as well. A really nice shot with her left foot to make us go up 2-0. But we started to move the ball a lot better, and I think that's what got us in a position to get corners. And it was nice. We haven't scored a lot of goals off corner kicks, so it was nice to finally get one off of that.
This portion of Cavalier Sports Weekly has been brought to you by SunTrust Mortgage. Live solid, bank solid. Stay tuned. Virginia game highlights are coming up next. This portion of Cavalier Sports Weekly is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Welcome back to the show. Our football team had another important ACC matchup this weekend against the Duke Blue Devils. Let's check out the game story.
Takes the snap. Virginia coming with a three-man rush. It leaves time, and he rifles the pass over the middle. That'll be caught just outside of the left hash mark as he waits for the snap. He'll take it here. Quick drop back. Time to throw. Fires over the middle. Completes the pass to Vernon. Ross Dowling there to make the tackle immediately. But Lewis takes the snap. Virginia rushes 5 players. Here's the pressure. He's going to get sacked.
Very pleased with the way they responded to it. We had some schemes that we thought we could get some pressure with. They did a really good job all week of tuning into what those particular things were and executing them during the course of the game. It clearly was a big factor in what we were able to get accomplished really defensively through the first 3 quarters.
On to hold Kevin Jones, the punter. The kick has some leg to it. It's on the way, and it is good. Reset right to the left. Virginia comes with a blitz. He finds a wide-open receiver across the middle. That's going to be taken by Austin Kelly, who charges past the 50-yard line. With 2 receivers left, one to the right, takes the snap, drops back to throw, going to lock this one to the end zone. It's broken up, incomplete. Another one for Snyderwine, this one of the 29-yard variety. Spot is down, kick on the way. This one's got enough distance again, and it is perfect. So, Sewell out of the shotgun now. Ball spotted on the left hash mark. Man in motion is Coulter Phillips. The tight end goes from the near side left to the far side right. Quick pass. This one's going to be incredibly knocked into the air and intercepted. Trying to get it to Jared Green, taken by Leon Wright. It's his 4th pick of the season. He'll take it all the way down to the 21-yard line. The senior out of the shotgun. Ball on the left hash mark. Takes the snap. Here comes the blitz. He's going to throw this pass incomplete. No, they're going to get John Kevin Dulce for a late hit.
Back nowadays, you got to be smart and pull up when you can. But it does take away some of your natural aggressiveness, but you got to play football. So hopefully they can come back and recover from that tough penalty.
All right, second to go at the 6. Here comes the pressure. He's sacked at the 11-yard line. Nate Collins rumbles through again. Snyderwine already 2 for 2 today. Snap is off. Hold is down. Here's the kick, and this one end over end is good again. He'll have Bird along with Vic Hall to his left side. Takes the snap, going to hand off to Rashawn Jackson. Jackson with blockers in front. He rumbles ahead across the 35, all the way down to the 31. 12 minutes and 34 seconds to play here. Second quarter, he'll take the snap. Here comes the pressure. Fires over the middle. That's complete to the 16-yard line. Vic Hall will hold. Robert Randolph sends this one end over end, and it is good. Lewis with a straight drop back. Here comes the pressure. Nate Collins strikes again. Quentin Hunter, he'll take the snap. Here comes the blitz. Sewell got to get rid of it. He dumps it off. It's caught. Jared Green at the 45. Flag comes down late. We'll have Chris Bird lined up left. Handoff goes to Jackson. Jackson slithering through defenders again. He's got an opening as he moves ahead across the 15 all the way down to the 12-yard line. The call goes into motion from right to left. Now back to the right side. Sewell takes the snap, slings the pass over the middle. He's got Vic Hall on the 1-yard line, just short of the end zone. To Rashawn Jackson, a lone setback. Sewell will take it himself. He leans into the end zone. Is he in? Yes, sir. Touchdown, Virginia. Thaddeus Lewis going out of the shotgun with a pair of receivers right, one to the left. Virginia blitzing. Lewis, pocket collapsing, fires left pass, intercepted and then dropped. Oh, Dom Joseph had it in the crosshairs. They got one receiver left. He'll take the snap. 5-man rush from Virginia. Lewis scrambling. He's trying to get away from Parr. Throws it in the air. It's caught by Kelly and then dropped. Takes the snap. Fakes the pass in the flat. Now he's going to air it out. Got a man open. It's complete to the 27-yard line. Here's a field goal try of 25 yards. Snyder Wine sends this one right through the uprights and good. 4th down and short, just inside of the 40-yard line. Jackson the lone setback. They're going to go play action pass. Sewell scrambling to his left, going to lob this one to Torsha. He makes the catch at the 20-yard line.
I did a great job, and Jamil just having the ability to get that ball out there. That's really what made the play happen.
Sewell out of the shotgun. Here comes the blitz. Fires over the middle. That ball's caught. Joe Torsha diving into the end zone. Touchdown, Virginia.
Touchdown felt good, but like I said, losing's always tough, and that's really what's on the mind of everybody here.
2 receivers right, 2 to the left. He's got Boyette back there with him in the backfield, rolling to his right now. Rifles the pass complete, going for the Pickless midfield. He missed, going down the sideline. That ball taken all the way to the 4-yard line. A receiver to each side, and a hand the football off. And there's a beautiful tackle in the backfield by Darren Childs as he spins Boyette down. Takes the snap. Virginia rushing just 3 pass rushers. Fires to the back of the end zone. It's intercepted. Chase Middlefield.
That was a play where it wasn't really my responsibility, but seen the guy running free and just went to the back of the end zone and the ball was thrown in. And I guess the quarterback was baited because he looked so open, and I just made the play.
Here comes the blitz on 3rd and 9. Lewis staying strong over the middle. He completes the pass. Verner's coasting into the end zone. Touchdown, Duke.
It's unfortunate. There's a lot of kids that really played their heart out today to make it a lot closer than it was at the end, and just too many gift points. 10 points. 10 points directly attributable to turnovers. That brings the margin down there. A couple of mental errors that resulted in 2 long plays, and there we go.
Cavalier fans, join me, Dave Kane, at Charlottesville Kroger locations for a chance to win 2 sweet tickets and hospitality passes to the Virginia Tech Virginia football game on November 28th. This portion of Cavalier Sports Weekly is brought to you by the Virginia Lottery. More than $4 billion to K-12 public education since 1999. The Virginia Lottery, helping Virginia's public schools.
5th-year fullback Rashawn Jackson is really a jack of all trades. He's played offense, defense, special teams, he cooks, he cleans, he's a self-proclaimed geek, and he's your Student Athlete of the Week.
I was recruited as a running back, and then, Jay Snell was like the only fullback, kind of, him and Kevin Bradley. And I had the body for the build, so, Coach Groh wanted to put me in that position, to get the feel for the fullback position. But then after some things happened during the year with the linebackers, and we got a shortage at that position, Coach Groh said, Rashawn, you played this position before in high school. My high school played the 3-4, so we kind of stole some of Virginia's plays.
And I still remember standing in the gym at St. Peter's Prep. And as I walked in there, one of those that's older gym that's got one of those tracks around it, and he was downstairs, and I was in there for one of our recruiting visits. And while he was waiting for us, he was playing some basketball, and he didn't really know we were there. And he went and did a little 360 and went up and dunked it. And that's pretty good for a player at that size. And it's not as if he's 6'4". So that gives you a little idea that he's got very, very good overall athletic skills.
Only thing I remember is, playing goal line fullback at the same time, and I think that opened the eyes of the coaching staff, and so that I was able to block and I was able to catch the ball out of the backfield. And next thing you know, the following year I moved to fullback, and I've been there ever since.
And the football off, coming to the near side. Rashawn Jackson banging his way through traffic across the 35, down to the 34.
I entered the game thinking, okay, this is going to be a 30 carry game night for me, and I need to be able to bring my best game to help the team win. So, from the beginning of the game, I knew that I was going to be an important part of the game, and I just kind of set my mind, my jaw, and my body ready for that. And fortunately, in the second half, Coach Groh just gave me the ball, and it worked out for his best.
It was very apparent that he had that give me the ball attitude. These weren't just play. So a big factor in the thinking there wasn't so much about the plays first, run this play. It was, hey, this guy wants the ball. He wants the ball, and he wants to win the game by running the ball. So give it to the guy who wants the ball. I remember being late in the second half, and I knew that put the team away, we definitely needed to score. So I figured early in the game I was getting the ball, and I was getting, 3-4 yards. I was just going to try to up the ante and try to go, 5-6 yards a carry. I don't know, I just had this energy about me, and I had the confidence to know that I could definitely handle what Coach Groh put on my plate, and I just really wanted to win, and I wanted the team to go home and be happy, even though the circumstances of the weather were a little bit terrible. But it was a pretty fun game, and I'm happy that guys had made some plays, and it was able to help us have fun at the end of the game. I think I'm pretty vanilla in my choice of likes and dislikes. I just think that I might have a few nerd characteristics, but that's fine. Being a nerd is cool. It doesn't bother me a bit. I'm really a Planet Earth geek. I love watching Planet Earth, History Channel, and things like that. I don't know. I'm just an ordinary guy. I'm into the ordinary things. Music. I guess culinary arts. Cooking. I make real good paella. It's a Spanish dish. And I use rice, mixed vegetables, sausage, mussels, and lobster. And I kind of make a real good sauce. I use white wine, like a Moscato, with usually like a Prego, not a meat flavor sauce, but like a tomato sauce. I'll mix the Prego and some sofrito, stir it up a little bit, pour it on top of the rice, and mix the mussels with it. And it's like, everyone loves it when I make it. So I guess that would be my best dish. I'm just filled with random facts, man. I guess I don't like to boast or whatever and about how intelligent I am. I don't think I'm that intelligent. I just think I know a few things, and I feel like in life you learn a lot from people. And I actually like to I would like to do something to give back to my community. I wouldn't mind being a head coach or AD at a public school back in my area, because I really feel like there's a lack of black role models, black male role models in my community to show young kids, show these young individuals the right way. There's a lot of negative people in their lives, and a lot of people, younger people who I know lives personally. I don't think it's a good thing. I'm very grateful for the few people I had that stayed on my back. So I really feel like I owe my community, I owe the people who helped me that, just to go back and help people out.
In this week's Cavalier Flashback, we recall the start of the 1989 season, brought to you by Harry Callis and All-American tackle Ray Roberts.
It was a season which began with Virginia in the national spotlight, taking on Notre Dame in the kickoff classic at Giants Stadium. After a disappointing first half, the Cavaliers outplayed the #1 ranked Irish in the final 30 minutes, scoring 2 touchdowns to Notre Dame's lone field goal.
We played well in the second half. I can remember us coming out, continuing to compete. We put some points on the board, we moved the ball, and I think that's what gave us the confidence then going into the Penn State game that we could go up there and do some damage. And we practiced differently. I think our team altogether was different from that point on as far as how we prepared for games. And so when we went into the Penn State game, the thing I remember most is just being prepared for everything that they were going to shoot at us. And then it just came down to whether or not we were going to be able to make enough big plays.
From Kevin Cook's interception in the opening series to Ray Savage's pass breakup in the closing seconds, Virginia shut down the passing game and held Penn State to only 10 completions in 29 attempts.
They had Blair Thomas coming back off an injury, who was probably at the time the top running back in the country, and we were able to shut him down, and then Herman made a couple big catches for us, and then the rest is history. So that's what I remember from those 2 weeks put together.
Virginia struck quickly as Sean Moore connected with Herman Moore for 2 scores before halftime, building what proved to be an insurmountable lead.
It was kind of fun to kind of surprise people with the talent that we had, and we had just it seemed like every guy was almost the same person. Like the personalities, the things that we thought were funny, the things that we liked, that we didn't like. It seemed like everyone was like from that same mold. So in the huddles, and especially on offense, man, we were having a blast all the time, because Sean was a funny guy, and Herman was always mimicking Coach Welsh, even in the huddle. There was always someone there to keep things light, and then to be able to compete against a guy like Chris Slade every day in practice, it just made my job easier when I went out on Saturday afternoons. And Chris was a dynamic, physical, tough football player from the day he stepped on the field. His very first practice, I remember thinking, like, this guy's going to be pretty good. And his first play ever as a collegiate football player was at Penn State, and he got a sack. So, I mean, it was just the mark for things to come.
Now let's check in with a men's basketball practice in the John Paul Jones Arena.
You gotta talk, you gotta get back, right?
We really try to teach through it, and that's why we don't go 20 straight minutes of playing. It'll be short stints, and then we'll stop and talk to them and tell them to make adjustments. There's always elements of the things that are important to you, and for us, we have to be real sound defensively and rebounding and transition defense and taking care of the ball. Those are always elements. We call those our ABCs, and we've got to be real sharp on our ABCs to become the team that we need to become.
When it gets to 10 seconds, we'll give you a little call. Then you're stepping line and shooting a 1-and-1, okay? If you miss the first, you got to step over to the sideline, you got to do a little whipping back.
We call a couple games perfect possession, even if they defensively get a stop, but they were out of position, they didn't close out on the shooter, it doesn't count. So we're always trying to make them, what's it saying, perfect practice makes permanent. Well, we're far from that, but we're trying to, build habits and make them disciplined in the things that matter. We have some closed-door scrimmages against 2 pretty good teams. I think that'll really tell us stuff. We're doing some scrimmaging against each other, but I think when you go against a couple of other opponents, that will reveal some things. And, the competition aspect of things, that tells me a lot about our guys.
You get a point for a score against Whitehorn. You get a point for transition defense and stopping blue.
I just keep challenging them to put forth the effort and celebrate the little victories we have in practice, and kind of try and eliminate some of the things that'll get us beat.
Coming up after the break. This portion of Cavalier Sports Weekly is brought to you by the Virginia Athletics Foundation.
Welcome back to Cavalier Sports Weekly. Up next, we've got men's and women's soccer, field hockey, and more in our Olympic Sports Spotlight.
That was our most complete 90 minutes today. I mean, obviously we won, and we won fairly convincingly. Created a lot of chances, defended well, combinations were very good, managed the game. I mean, from top to bottom, that was our most complete game. I mean, he scored the goal, obviously, but as important, he's doing a great job of being that target forward, holding the ball up. He never loses it. He's big, he's strong, he's fit. I can't say enough how he's impacted our team in the past couple of weeks. Brian's very fast. He's nursing a little bit of an injury, and so we wanted to get him 20 minutes in the game, and the hope was for him to either get us the goal, and we had just scored just before he came on, and I had to make a decision on whether I wanted to put him in because he's got a little bit of a groin injury. And I made a decision hoping that we could get him in for 15 or 20 minutes and get a goal out of him and kind of put the game away, and sure enough, it worked. This is the biggest game of the year for us. We got off to a bad start in the ACC and have had to crawl and scratch and dig our way out, and we put ourselves in a pretty good situation going down the stretch here. So this was a must-win for us.
We finally got a decent bounce. It went to Sinead, and like she's been doing all year, she buried it. It was a great goal, great volley. It's not easy to do. As long as I've been here, it's probably the biggest win in my time here. We really had to win this game, and there's a lot of pressure on the team. And, that we've been fighting and scrapping the last month or so of the season, and to come up short consistently and to come back here and play this strong on the team and beat them. Just very proud of our team.
In other Cavalier sports action this week,
Thanks for watching Cavalier Sports Weekly. Coming up this week, we've got some great home events. Men's soccer hosts American University on Tuesday and NC State on Saturday. Our field hockey team will play host to the ACC Championship this week with games on Thursday and Friday and the championship game on Sunday. Our cross-country teams hold the Cavalier Invitational at Panorama Farms on Friday, and wrestling has a dual meet on Saturday with Campbell and Anderson hitting the mats in Mem Gym, and our swimming and diving teams will take on Kentucky on Saturday at the AFC. We'll be back next week with highlights from those contests and more great stories from Virginia athletics. Until then, go Hizz!
Cavalier Sports Weekly is presented by the Virginia Lottery. The Virginia Lottery, helping Virginia's public schools. And brought to you in part by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.